So what is a cursor? So cursor acts like a pointer pointing towards the. So what is cursor means? Cursor act like a pointer. Okay. In a context area. That is going to key. It is going to pull the bulk data and you are going to point each record one by one after executing. Okay, so in other words, cursor handle multiple records by a SQL statement. So in other words, cursor handles multiple records by a SQL statement and fetch the records one by one in a loop. So, and it is going to fetch once after pulling multiple, it is going to fetch the record one by one in a loop. Okay, so that's why cursor acts like a pointer in a context area. Context area is nothing but multiple records. So it is going to point one by one record. Okay, clear? Now, so we will take employee table as an example. So we are taking employee names from MP. So here write this SQL statement in a cursor so that all these 14 records are pulled. But for fetching, it is going to fetch one by one record. Now we will see practically how we write the cursor syntax and what is the usage. Okay, so before going to that, so first I want to say you the types of cursors which we use in Oracle. So types of cursors. So what are the types of cursors? So what are the types of cursor? So generally we have two types of cursor. One is static cursor and another one is a dynamic cursor. So again in static cursor we have two categories. One is explicit cursor and another one is implicit cursor. Okay. So what are the types? Only one type, that is ref cursors. Okay. Now we will see one by one with example. Okay. But before going into cursors syntax, we need to know about cursor attributes. Cursor attributes. That means attributes are nothing but which we are going to use while writing a cursor. So what are the cursor attributes mainly used are, so I'm listing out. First one is percentage found. The next one is percentage not found. And the next one is percentage row count. And the next one is percentage is open. Okay. So what are the cursor attributes? Percentage found, percentage not found, percentage row count, percentage is open. So what is meant by these attributes? So what is meant by these attributes is, see, percentage found, the name itself says it returns true if found. Okay, and false if not found. Okay, I'm saying theoretically, you will understand it practically when I'm writing the example. So percentage found, what it is going to do? It returns true if found, false if not found. But now, if I write percentage, so it returns true if not found, or returns false if found. Okay. Okay. If found. Now coming to row count. The name itself says it is going to give the count of records. Okay. It is going to give the count of records fetched in a cursor. And percentage is open. So what it will do is it returns true if cursor is open. False if not open. Clear? So what I said, you clear? So attributes which we are nothing but the keywords which we are going to use in cursor. Okay, where we use, you will be getting clarity when I am writing the syntax. But as of now, you know what is the attribute doing when I am using in the cursor. Okay, now coming to our first type, explicit cursors. Explicit cursors. So why we call this an explicit cursor? Explicit is nothing but external cursor, in other words. So that means it is user defined cursor. That means we are going to write the cursor. We are going to give the syntax for the cursor. So that's why these cursors are called as user defined cursors. Okay. So how we are going to write a cursor? So the syntax of cursor is declare. Okay. In declare, okay, we will be going to declare the cursor, then open the cursor, then fetch the cursor. Okay, then fetch. Okay, and the last one is close the cursor. So we are going to declare a cursor, open the cursor, fetch the cursor and close the cursor. So in this way, we are going to write our cursor. So now I am going with a basic example. So to print employee names from the table, I want to print at a time. That means one after the other, I want to print all the values with a single PLSQL block. So how it is possible by using cursors. The first one, the syntax. First, I am declaring a variables. In declarative section, we are going to declare a variable. We name varchar2 of varchar2 of 20. Okay, cursor C1 is, so I am going to write the, so because see how to declare a cursor is, we'll use a keyword cursor and we are giving our own name. So I am giving simply C1 as my cursor name. Is now which value I want to look into. So here I am taking that entire data into our declared cursor. So what I can write? Cursor C1 is select ename from emp. Okay. Now variable is declared, cursor is declared. The next block, what is the next block? Begin and end. So now in begin and end, we need to write the logic for the cursor. So I want to first open the cursor. Now I declared the cursor. The second step, what I said, opening the cursor. Just now we have seen. So first steps is declare cursor, open cursor, fetch the cursor and close the cursor. Okay. So steps used in okay cursor. Okay, cursor creation. Okay, steps used in cursor creation. So declare open and fetch and close. So I open the cursor. My second one is done. First I declared, then I open the cursor. First I declare and then I open the cursor. Now, so after opening, I want to loop the logic. So first I will write loop, normal loop I am writing loop. And in loop, so I am specifying the fetch command. So here we will be using the fetch keyword. So fetch, so I want to take C1 data into VName because C1 is going to pull all the names of the employee. So I am opening the C1 now. My first name is Smith. So I want to get Smith name into VName. So how to get fetch C1 into what is your column name? VName. That means what is your variable name? Okay. Your variable is now acquired the data of C1. C1 means the first record because I opened the loop now. So first one I got the VName. So once after getting the VName, what I can do? I can print the statement. So what is the DBMS mess output dot put underscore line. So output dot put underscore line. So now I want to print the ename. So how to write? So simply you are going to give here variable. Okay, we are going to give the variable. Now what you do, you fetch the record and you are going to print that value fetched on the out. Okay. Now I need to exit the loop. Otherwise it will go on rotating to the infinite. So for that purpose, we need to write exit command. So I will write at the beginning. Why? Because instead of performing the action, it will get back. So what is the first one? Exception. So what is the first one? Exception. Sorry, my mistake. So here, so yeah, I am saying exit. Yeah, exit. So I thought exception. Exit when. So we have already written how to end the loop. So we need to write here. We will use cursor attribute. Earlier we used to write some value not null or some value greater than like that. But now it has to run till my cursor reach to the last position. So for that purpose, by using cursor attribute, so I am going to write exist when C percentage not found. That means if it comes to the last record and the next round will get stopped. So why? Because this become will true when it comes to the end of the list. Got it? So exist when C1 percentage not found. Okay. Now coming to the end loop. So after ending the loop, close C1. Okay. So now if you go and see, so what is the answer here? So here, if you see, it has printed all the records. But why we got Miller two times? So that is the question. Why we got Miller two times? Because every data has to print only once. Why my last record got two times? So why? Because so I wrote the exist statement at wrong position. So I need to write the exist statement after the fetch. Why? Because fetch will only decide no whether it is not found or found. So once this C1 started vname and saying that not found, then your next command will work. Okay. So now if I place like this way, now your output will get only single record for all. So that means single record for the duplicate as we got now. So now run it and see, because I changed it, I kept the exist at the correct position. Now see, I got all the names only once, similar to my table. So clear about explicit cursor. So what I am doing, I will be saying. So first I will declare a variable name, which I use locally. So then I declare a cursor name. Okay. I said, no, we are going to use a select query. So here I want to print these values. How I write the select query. So by using a block, I need to print. So I have taken all the data into only one variable. That variable is called cursor variable. So now what I do as our syntax is open the cursor, use the loop, and you loop, write the logic. The first one is I tried is data to move into vname. Anyhow, we have only one column, no issues, but exist when C1 percentage not found. So till here it is okay. But coming to DBMS output, what we are doing here, we are printing the vname. So we are fetching the record and it will check for not found. If it is found, then we will print the value. So like this way, this loop goes on, rotates, and if there is no record to fetch, then your not found will be true and it will exist the loop. Clear? So this is about syntax of explicit cursors. Clear? Explicit cursor. So explicit, the other word is what? For explicit, it is for explicit, other word is user defined cursors. Okay. Now coming to the next example. So next example. So now I want to pass parameter to the cursor. So that cursor we will call it as parametric cursor. Parametric cursor only. But here we are going to pass the parameters for the cursor. So how we can pass now we will see. So now first step is what? Declare. So declare varchar of 20. Okay, we name so varchar 2 of 20. 2 of 20. Okay, now I will go and use cursor attribute. So cursor C1. So in C1, I am going to give okay v department number. and I am going to use data type for this. I am not sure about the data type. What we can use? So as you know that we can use table name dot column name percentage type. Why? Because I am going to pass only department number. Okay. Now my cursor with parameter is ready. So I want to pull which data? The same data only, but here I will add condition. So select employee name from EMP where where department number equal to, so I am going to write this variable parameter b dot department. That means what you are giving the department number, that names only is going to fetch. Okay, so that's why this cursor will be accessed by using the parameter passing to the cursor. So now what is our next step? Similar only. We need to begin the loop. First to begin the logic. So and open the cursor first one. So opening the cursor. But a parametric cursor when you are opening, you need to again here you need to pass the value for the department number variable. So simply you can use lexical parameter. So for example, some C1. Okay, that means now you opened your cursor and the cursor. So I am writing the cursor parameter also the same way without confusion. So this is the cursor name and the cursor table. That means I am going to open the cursor and here I am going to pass which value I want to pass for the department number. So that and then you will be getting the data with respect to that department number. Okay. Now I will loop. So what I need to loop? I need to loop the fetch now. So fetch C1. So here we can use directly C1 into vname. Okay. And next one, exit when P1 percentage not found. C1 percentage not. DBMS output dot put underscore line. Put underscore line. So here, which thing I want to print. So I need to print the vname value. That's all. Okay. So what you have to do, open the cursor, loop the values, fetching, existing, and printing. So now I need to end the loop. Okay. So now end the loop. End the loop. So now as a programmer, we need to close the cursor also. So close C1. Now end your logic. Okay, begin logic. So what is cursor? Cursor is nothing but pointing towards the context area now. So here we have used parametric cursor. So that means on runtime we are going to pass a value to the department number. Only that data gets fetched. Okay, we will see now practically. You will understand. So now I will run this parametric cursor. What we have written. So it is asking for me the department number. I know there is 10, there is 20 and 30. For example, I am giving 20. So only 20 department employees only I need to get. So there is a syntax error. What is the error? Yeah, something we missed in our query. So just maybe I missed at the end you are saying.
Yes, sir. Yeah.
Yeah. Now we will see enter the value of C1. Simply 10 I am giving. Yes, you are correct. I think now it got executed. So in 10th department, we have only 3 employees. That only printed. Now I will run the same query. I will run the same query. So now it is again asking for department number. I will give 30. So 30 means 6 employees are there. So you are getting 6 employees. Clear? Now we will run for 20. So for 20, I think we have how many members we'll see. Okay, for 20 we have 5 members. So this is about how we create and use 2 types of explicit cursors. Okay, one is normal explicit cursor and another one is parametric cursor you have seen. Apart from this, we have another type of cursor, that is for loop cursor.
So 1 minute, sir. Sir,
Uh,
here open C1 is there no? You have given one value, right?
yes,
Ampersand and C1. If
yes,
we given that symbol, no, it will ask for the value, right?
yes, yes.
But we have it asks for okay, okay, okay.
Okay, here if you run it, it is asking for the value 30.
Okay, okay.
You are getting the value. No, I don't want to ask the value. Directly give the value in that. So give 10 here directly. Because this 10 only is going to use all over your procedure. So now see, in 10 we have 3 employees that came now. Okay. So this is about parametric cursor. Now coming to the next cursor called for loop cursor. Declare the variable, same variable name. Okay, variable name, and I am giving the what is the data type used in the table. Okay, so employee. So here, for example, okay, I want to print all the record. So we use zero. Okay, so EMP percentage rotate. Okay, now write your cursor syntax. So cursor C1 is, so here I am taking all the data no, so use select star from EMP. EMP, select star from EMP. Now begin the logic. Now instead of writing normal loop, I use for loop. In for loop, what you are going to write? So the declared variable you are going to take. So for 0 in C1, use the loop. Okay, for loop I am writing. And now I am going to write the print statement in the for loop. So what I want to print, for example, instead of printing all the records, I will print dbms output dot put underscore line. So I am going to print one after the another. So for example, I want to print here employee name. So I want to give space. So 3 records I will be printing. But here employee name I am giving. From which variable I am pulling it? 0. So what I need to write? 0 dot employee name. And what are the columns you want? You add it again here. You can add all the columns also. But as of now, I am showing you 3 columns. 0 dot salary I want. And next what you want. So one more okay, one more pipe symbol and write the logic. Okay,
So bracket is
perfect.
closed.
Bracket is already closed. Yes, here. Clear, no? Nothing. But okay, here single code is missing. That is the issue. So now it is okay. So we are printing this. So now coming to end loop. So your logic is set in only single line. Why? Because here itself this zero will fetch till C1 becomes empty. Okay, no need to exit also. Is it? So simply I am ending the logic. Now see what happens. Now I am going to get employee name, salary, and another one again salary. I wrote no. I wrote like commission. I will change.
Yes, sir. Sir, in the second line,
Hmm.
type T by PE. So spelling, yeah, second line. So no, sir.
Ah yes. Okay. So now run it. So we missed it. Output must be declared means here we wrote wrong procedure name. So now see now we are good with what we have written. So now it is going to print what? All the names, salary, and also the commissions for the people who had, because for all null is there in commission. So that's why we got only for the people who have commission also. Clear? So this is about what? For loop cursor. So for loop cursor, your coding is just minimize it from more than 10 lines to, okay, like from more than 20 lines to 10 lines. Clear? So this is about for loop cursor. Okay, one more example I want to say you. The other one is for update cursor. For update cursor. So here for update cursor, generally we use for updating purpose. Updating purpose. Purpose. Why? Because so we are going to for update cursor, updating purpose. So so in a normal cursor, we are going to get issues. We are going to get issues in updating the values. So that also I will show you, and how I rectify by using for update cursor also I will show you. Okay, in normal cursor we are going to get issues in updating the value. So how it happens now? See, simply what I will do is I will take any sample here instead of I will create one more table. Create table name emp underscore one as the select star from emp. I am creating same as employee table, one more table, because I am going to update the data. My table emp t1 is emp underscore one is created. Now select star from emp underscore one. Now run the query. So you are having the data. Okay. Now my question is to, I want to update department 20 records. Okay. I want to update department 20 records. So by using cursors. So what I will do, normal cursor I will declare first. So declare. So I want all the record no zero emp percentage row type. Okay. And next one emp percentage row type. And now I need to define the cursor. So cursor C1 is select star from emp underscore 1, where department number equal to 20. Department number equal to 20. That means you are going to get only department 20 records. Now I want to write the logic to update the salaries by 100 rupees. Is it? I want to increase each one salary by 100 rupees for 20th department only, not 30 department, for 20th. So now simply I am writing the begin logic to write the addition of 100 rupees. So what I will do? So here I will also use for loop only because it is reducing our effort. So simply I will in C1 loop. Okay. So update emp underscore 1 set salary equal to sal plus 100. Okay. Simply where department number equal to 20. Okay. So what happens if you write like this way? I am updating table name set salary equal to sal plus 100, where department number equal to 20. So what happens you will see. So first record will be fetched. Okay, first record will be fetched and that record will be set to salary equal to sal plus 100. Okay, now I will print after updating because I need to find out whether it is updated or not. No? So dbms output dot put underscore line. So here you are going to give the which you want to print. So I want to print employee name and the salary only so that for every employee is my salary is populated correctly, I can find out. So that's why I am taking only two columns, only employee name and the salary after update. Okay, now give a space. Okay, so this is done by using for loop and loop and. Okay, so now see what is the value in our table for 20 department. So for 20 department, what are the values? You just have it. So these are the values. That means 800, 2975, 3000, 1100. Okay, and again 3000. So now after increasing 100, this value will become 900, 3075, 3100, 1200, and 3100. This is my prediction. But when I run, what happens? You see. But in the table, if you see salary is increased, 5 times it is increased. So actually, what value we need to get? 900 only we need to get. But here, why the issue arises? Because how many records are there? 5 records. For every loop, this is writing 5 times. Is it? That means you are again updating the 5 records. So even one record you are calling, but updating 5 records. That's
Yeah,
why
got it.
your loop is executing all the time 5 times. That is not our requirement. What is our requirement? Just increase 100. Is it? So this is the issue which we see in normal cursors when you are updating any table. Understood?
Yes, sir. Yeah, got it.
Okay.
And sir, I have wonder
Yes.
in which scenarios we'll use like um uh, for loop, sir.
See, for loop we can use for
And
all.
we'll have
See,
some particular
Ye-
scenarios, right? In this
Yeah,
case, or
yeah. See, loop is what I need to do the functionality repeatedly.
okay,
Okay, so it is like an iteration.
okay,
Here, I need to update. There are 14 tables. In that 14 records. In that
okay,
5 records only, I want to update each record with 100 rupees. I can
okay,
write 5 update statements and run it. That
okay,
is also fine. But I want to write with a single PLSQL block, the same. Instead of writing update 5 times with one update statement, if I keep a loop, this update will run 5 times. Is it?
oh, yes, sir, yeah,
But as our understanding, this logic, what we are writing, what is happening? Every time one record has to update, but every time 5 records is updating. Already increment by 100, this one.
yes, sir,
But what happened? Second time also it will update. So that means all the 4 records, what you are expecting, are updated 4 to 5 times based on the record count of department number.
okay,
Okay. So in order to solve this issue, we got a clause called we are going to use okay for update cursor. We are going to use for update cursor. So in this for update cursor, we are going to use on current. Okay, we are going to use current of cursor. Okay. So we are going to use this clause current of the cursor name. So what happens? You see the same thing. Everything I'm going to write the same logic, but single change I will do. So for update cursor. So in this we are using current clause. So what we will do is instead of updating all the records, I will say to the PLSQL
update
engine,
current,
yeah, only current record what you are fetching from the cursor, only
okay,
update that record. Okay, for that purpose, what we need to write is we need to declare the variable. Okay, and here while you are declaring the cursor, we need to add 2 keywords, that is for update, because I am taking this select query for update purpose only. So, and here we will use a keyword called no wait. Okay, so this is called for update clause. And when we are using for update in cursor, then it's called for update cursor. But so here while you are defining the cursor, you are saying that I am using this cursor for update purpose. Then when you are writing update statement in your main logic, so what you are writing for variable name, you are getting one record from the records taken in for the EMP1 table for 20 department. For example, 5 records are there. So when you write a loop, so for first record, one update runs. Is it? Is it? So what you will write? So if you write this like, if you run this directly, 4 records are updating. So here you will add a clause called, you will remove the filter. You will simply write in where condition current of C1, current of C1. Okay, current of C1. So this is called current of that means now you are going to update the salary for the current fetched record. Got it? So now
yes,
you see,
yes, sir,
now you see. So what is our table? Select star from EMP underscore 1. Now see, for Smith 800 is there, 20 department. Okay, for every salary 100 has to be added. Now run it. Okay, so these are the 5 records which I printed. But now check in the table, select star from emp underscore. So now see exactly 100 is added for the each value in the 20th depart. Is it clear? Any doubt? Instead of writing two lines, I want to write in a single step, single uh, printout. So what I need to write? In single print, I need to get nothing, small change. So instead of writing two times, what I will do is I will keep this here, and I will remove, no need of vname also, salary, and this in the same print I am writing, I am printing the old values, and instead of vname again, because anyhow we have ename now, for that only what is the new salary. Okay, now run and see.
Yes, sir. Yeah.
Or update 900. Why? Because after this is the second time I am updating. So that's why 900 this thing. Again I am running now. So again one
Yes.
more 100 added.
Yes, sir.
Okay. If
Yeah.
again I run one more 100, old value, new value.
New
If
value.
again run old value, new value.
New. Yes,
That
sir.
means I am go on
Yeah.
updating. Only 100 is added for each record.
Yes, sir. Yeah.
Now I think it's clear, no?
Yes,
So
sir.
the
Yeah. It's
same here, here nothing I did. Simply instead of writing two print statement for confusion, in the single line, I got the employee name, old salary, new salary.
yes, sir.
Here
Yes.
simple print statement I change. Clear? So
Yes, sir. Yeah.
this is about explicit cursors.